Most European leaders, including NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte, along with the heads of U.S. universities, media organizations, and the top tech executives, make the fatal mistake of attempting to appease Donald Trump. They grovel before him in shameless sycophancy. This sycophancy is on display at every cabinet meeting. It sees billionaires such as Bill Gates praise the president's quote-unquote incredible leadership. It has rendered the other two branches of government impotent. Congress is moribund. The Supreme Court is a rubber stamp for Trump's imperial delusions. The Republican Party is a Trump cult. Trump, as we see with his kidnapping of the president of Venezuela, his self-appointment as the imperial viceroy of Gaza, his calls to seize Greenland, Canada, along with Mexico, Cuba, and perhaps Nicaragua, his unleashing of masked goons in the streets of American cities to terrorize the public is a one-man wrecking crew. He is demolishing what is left of our democratic institutions at home and the liberal international order abroad, one put into place at the end of World War II. This old international order rested on military alliances such as NATO. It championed a respect for the rule of law and human rights, although the U.S. often ran roughshod over these ideals. It collaborated with and paid deference to its allies. It permitted free trade. It saw the sovereignty of other nations as sacrosanct. By the time Trump is done, all this will be gone. We are in the midst of a rupture, not a transition. Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney told his audience, which gave him a standing ovation at Davos. Trump divides the world into the weak and the strong. He is reticent to use his tactics of threats and intimidation on Russia and China. He expresses open admiration for these two autocracies. He proposes carving up the globe between his fellow autocrats, with Russia dominating its European periphery, China dominating Asia, and the United States controlling the Middle East, North America, including Greenland and Canada, along with Central and South America. Trump is dynamiting the NATO transatlantic alliance. He ignores and openly violates international humanitarian law, especially in Gaza. He has ceded the innovations to cope with the climate crisis to China, not only by denying the reality of global warming — he calls the climate crisis a green scam and the greatest con job ever perpetrated — but by actively thwarting the development of alternative energy sources and gutting programs designed to cope with the breakdown of the climate. Trump's reliance on an economy based on fossil fuels, like his reliance on U.S. military superiority to exert his will on weaker states, accelerates the decline of the American empire. It will make, ultimately, American industries uncompetitive. It will drive countries away from the dollar as the world's reserve currency, one of the most potent weapons in Trump's arsenal. It will turn the U.S. into a pariah state, and it will trigger the kind of military adventurism that backfires on all dying empires. Joining me to discuss the reconfiguration of the global order under Trump is Professor John Mearsheimer, the R. Wendell Harrison Distinguished Service Professor of Political Science at the University of Chicago, and the author of numerous books, including The Tragedy of Great Power Politics and The Israel Lobby and U.S. Foreign Policy.